Gamza!
What's poppin', guys? Welcome back to the second episode of the Gamer to Gainer series, where I take my brother here and turn him from gainer into a unit. We're 30 days deep right now, so if you haven't seen the first part, we'll put it up on screen now and in the comments. Make sure to check it out and come back to this one. We'll be going over a brief recap later in this video. Last time we covered the starting lifts and physique, as well as our plans for this series and his diet. I want to also thank everyone who subscribed on the last episode, and I appreciate the support again. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and keep up with his progress over the coming months and years. So we'll get into his starting weight and what he weighs now. I think you're around 120 pounds when you first started.
So, yeah, 120 pounds when I first started, 54.5 kilograms, and now I am 130.8 pounds and 59.3 kilograms. So yeah, quite a bit of weight.
Shit, that's 5 kilos in the first month, man. Hopefully, that extra mass would have helped you move bigger weights.
Yep, hopefully. But yeah, we'll talk about the actual weight gain a bit later on. But yeah, that's the weigh-in.
So we'll get into his progression on the main compound lifts. In the top right will be his old lifts when we first started. So on the bench, he started off with 30 kilos for 8 reps. As you can see, he brings the bar too far down on his chest. But in his new reps, the form is a lot better, and he's managed to add 10 kilos and an extra rep onto it. What do you find hard about this?
Like you said, just like bringing it down to the wrong level is what I kept doing. I kept bringing it to different parts of my chest every single time, but once you told me to, focus on getting it to the same spot, it really helped out, and I've tried to focus on that recently.
Yeah, you got to make every rep as similar as the last ones for the consistency. So on the squats, he started off with 30 kilos, nice and slow reps, hitting depth. Pretty good for his first try, to be honest. And now he's added an extra 10 kilos, so he's doing 40 kilos for 12 reps, which is pretty good. But as you can see, his form is not quite as clean as the first time he tried it.
Yeah, I always felt like when I was doing these, my tendons were going to snap the lower and lower I got down. Probably just because I'm not used to stretching those kinds of ways, but as we've gone through the weeks, like I've been able to get lower and lower down, so hopefully it'll get a lot better as I get stronger.
Soon you'll be doing ass to grass squats. That's what you'll be doing. Yeah, starting off on the overhead press, he started with 20 kilos for 9 reps, which isn't too bad to be honest, but he does bring the bar too far down on his chest again, similar problem to the bench press. Yeah, he's managed to add 10 kilos onto that, so he's doing 30 kilos for 3 reps now. Yeah, onto the pull-ups. He managed to do 4 reps to start, which is pretty good. And he's increased it to 10 reps whilst adding 5 kilograms to his body weight, which is pretty good. His form's good as well. The only thing I can say is that he swings a bit much on his legs.
Yeah, the swinging was definitely an issue. I also do it on like all the hanging stuff that we do for abs. I swing way too much, and I find it hard not to, but hopefully it'll...
Yeah, you should get used to stabilising your core the more and more you lift, hopefully, in time. Yeah, onto the curls. He was pretty decent on the curls to start with. 10 kilos on his left arm for 6 reps. By the time his right could do 12, I think. Was it 12? Yeah. And now he's managed to double the reps, same weight, 12 reps. And I think your right can still do 3 more. So
yeah, so I've been doing more on the left now to try and even them out. So once I can do the same on each side, I'll start just doing them both at the same time. But yeah, other than that, you guys asked in the last episode that we actually track the deadlift. We did actually do the deadlift yesterday. For 70 kg is the max we actually went up to. We didn't try and go too heavy or anything, or try maxing or anything like that, and we actually forgot to record it, unfortunately, but we will add the deadlifts to the next ones, because I know that you guys wanted to see that. Yeah.
With the deadlift, it's more like getting his form. The form needs to be perfect before you start pushing with the deadlifts, and he's got like his shoulders are slightly arched forward. So as soon as that is fixed, we'll start getting him to hit the deadlifts properly. Before we get into the physique update, I don't normally do 1 rep maxes, but we did record all of his at the current time. If you guys want to see that in a follow-up video, let us know in the comments. Some of you also asked to see full gym sessions. We'll be up for doing that if you guys want, so just let us know. So we'll show his starting physique, and then we'll show his most current physique, and we're going to do a side-by-side analysis of what's improved. So if you look at his starting physique, it's not too bad for someone who's never lifted before. He's got a slight bit of abs going through in the obliques, and his shoulders are wider than his waist to start with, which is pretty good. But if you look at the right side, you can see he's made a significant amount of gains in the traps, the chest, and the arms is what I'm noticing most. What do you think is improved in these pictures?
I mean, you can definitely see a tiny bit more outline of like the upper abs. Obviously can't see the bottom ones yet. I think I've definitely put on a bit of fat. I think the ribs are looking a bit more defined, and you can see a bit more of the chest is what's standing out to me.
But you put on 5 kilos, so the amount of body fat it looks like you've gained is not as much. Like you gained a lot of weight, so you're not too fat. Like especially in the shoulders and traps, you can see it's definitely more muscle than anything. But a lot of it will be fat and water weight, because you can't gain that much weight that quickly. Onto the next shot. It's a side tricep. This one was already...
I hate this pose.
I
I hate this one so much.
You look like being held prisoner by you, look at that. But yeah, in the first shot, it was actually looking pretty good. That's a good. It's got a bit better lighting. And the only real difference I see here is his chest looks a bit more full. And his stomach doesn't look as... it doesn't stick out as much. Which is surprising considering he's gained 5 kilos as well. Right. So we're going on to the front double bicep now. As you can see, it looks a bit awkward doing this position because no one really knows how to pose when they first start doing it. So over time, you should get better and better. But if you look at that right arm, it definitely is a bit bigger than the left one. Than the starting picture at least. But he still has a big imbalance between his left and right arm. But hopefully over the next couple of months, you should be able to fix that.
Yeah, and we did try and match up these pictures to be a bit more in line, but we took them all at different positions and stuff, so it's not ideal. And also, one thing I noticed is a lot of my starting pictures, I have like a very bent postures, like I'm very right heavy, like I'm leaning, like I've got my shoulder in the air, but it's just like my entire right side of my body's just a little bit bigger. So
fair, you look a bit better in the starting picture, you're talking about balance-wise, so I don't know what's going wrong there.
But we are trying to fix that problem anyway, but...
Yeah, hopefully you get sorted soon.
And then onto this last one.
Onto the back shot. This is the most impressive one in my opinion. If you look at the left, his delts are already sticking through a little bit. But on the right, it's completely mogging it. Only after a month, I can see pretty much most of his back muscles and the lower back Christmas tree coming through as well. And if you have a look, his hands are angled further back like that. So he's gotten a lot better at posing his back as well. What do you think about this kind of progress?
It definitely looks like the most different. I'll say that. Like under the armpits here, it's looking.
You've got some wings you're gonna take off soon.
It's looking kind of large. Yeah, looking I'm about to take flight. But yeah, it's definitely the most visual progress I can see.
It's the delts, man. Maybe it's the shoulder press because that was your strongest lift in my opinion to start with, anyway. So I think it's got to do with it as well. And your form is pretty good in it.
So these pictures were actually taken in the gym with a lot better lighting, and from now on we're going to do the update progress pictures with this exact same lighting in this same spot for consistency's sake.
So what do you think of your progress so far overall?
Overall, I'm definitely very happy with, especially the strength progress. Like I feel I'm going up extremely quick. And the physique stuff, like I am glad I'm putting on some weight. I have always struggled to put on weight. But yeah, I'm definitely, I think the most important thing is like putting on the strength it's like it's affirmation that you're actually doing something right.
Pretty solid strength increase. If you keep it going, you'll be benching 100 by next year. Deadlifting 200, you've outlifted me and everything, man. But yeah, the main thing that I would say is that you put on too much weight too fast. Like I was only aiming for at least around 2 kilos at most. Probably around 1 kilo would be better. But it's mainly because you're just really inconsistent with your calories. Like one day he'll eat shit tons, like over 3,000, and other days he'll eat nothing.
Yeah. And
the key to training is consistency more than anything.
Yeah.
That's how you get the best results.
Yeah, and on screen right now we'll put on the averages because I recorded everything in MyFitnessPal. So 2,140 calories on average per day is what I ate, and somehow still managed to gain 5 kilos, which is a bit weird. But
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. In terms of supplements, the only thing that he's taking at the moment is My Protein pre-workout. You know, don't want to send me a cheeky sponsor. I'm also trying to get him onto creatine as well, but he's not having it.
Yeah, the problem is I'm too lazy, man, so I'll take it one day and then not the other, so I'm just sticking with the pre-workout for now.
True, once you take creatine, you're not that anymore, so you got that one.
Yeah, and what about the plans for next month? What we're going to do for next month?
So the first month I was just making you form poked and everything. I wasn't really making you train very hard, because as a beginner you'll make progress. You don't really need to put in, like you don't need to train all your sets to failure, but now you've got the form perfect for mainly everything. I'm going to start pushing you to failure, so you should see a lot more gains muscle wise over the next month. And if you sort your diet, your body composition should improve significantly as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try and fix up the diet. I know Jack's been trying to get me for a while now to just stick to like 2,500 a day, dead on, eat morning, breakfast and dinner.
At least
morning breakfast,
at
breakfast,
least
lunch, and
4 meals
yeah,
a day.
But what I've been doing right now is we've been waking up really late, going to the gym really late, and I don't eat anything until after the gym. And I just eat all in one go. So sometimes I'll just eat like half a meal and then be full. So it's very inconsistent. I definitely need to sort that out.
And you eat a lot of takeaways, and you never know how many calories are in what you get from that. It's all just a guess at the end of the day. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and let us know what you thought in the comments about how you can improve for the next one. Make sure you subscribe with the bell notification on to stay posted. I also have 3 other brothers. One sat here who doesn't upload right now, but we'll upload extra behind the scenes and fitness related content soon. And the other 2 upload similar content to me, but obviously not as good, so you can give them a watch. They'll all be linked at the top of the description and in the comments, so make sure to subscribe to them. I'll leave you with a cheeky flex of my current cut, only 2 weeks left and I start lean bulking for 6 months. Thanks for watching.